Hey guys, got a 20-minute game on the board against a player rated just over 1,000, 1011. So we have e4, e5, and what are we going to play? Not going to play any silly gambits, play the Vienna game. Okay, this is inviting the Vienna wayward queen attack. Targeting this pawn first of all. The knight can't come out to defend or attack the queen because queen can take the pawn. So we've got knight c6 is a good move. Yep. And now I bring up my bishop, now threatening mate on here, supported by the bishop. Now that move is playable, so what I do is I bring my queen back to f3, again looking at the pawn. I've played this a number of times. Queen out to here or knight out is normal. Queen can also be played there. Okay, so the knight's come out. So now, can't remember what to do in this situation. So, I mean, d3 kind of looks natural coming up here. Yeah, I think so. Defends this pawn, creates a bit of a pawn chain, preparing for my bishop to come out to g5, attacking the knight. Two attackers, then I have bishop and queen. Ooh, he's played my own move against me. Alright. This is the key move. Okay, I think the queen has to drop back here now. Good play. If you can hear heavy breathing in the background, it's my fat Labrador. I've got 4 dogs around me right now. Okay, and that is a good move. That's stopping my knight from advancing. Game on. Okay, I'm thinking about playing that, or even knight out to f3, both of which attack that invasive knight. Black's already weakened his pawn structure a little bit on the king side there. So I definitely want to keep my bishop. I mean, bishop could even come flying out to here, force the rook to move. That'd be interesting. So I don't really want to block that. I think knight out. If knight takes, I've got queen takes again. That looks good. Looks good to me. Also getting ready to castle. Lots of good things. Okay, I'm attacking the knight. Knight is defended by the queen. Now I'm inclined to... Okay, I've got 2 options. Bishop to here or to here. So, bishop to here. My opponent now cannot defend with his bishop because he's just pushed his d-pawn, right? So he can't bring the bishop back. So how does he defend that knight? If I'm going to put my bishop here, the knight's pinned on the queen. He can't counterattack my queen, apart from with that. Ha. So that's an option. So let's see, if I play that, he plays that. I take knight, he takes queen, I take queen. Bit complicated, isn't it? Or I could just play the prophylactic h3 and leave this idea. Leave it hanging. But is it time to strike now? That's the question. Or I have bishop to here. Prevents castling. Threatening bishop here with a double threat. Yeah, I think that one is a better move. It's more likely to succeed, put it that way. He still has this. I can't go there or there because of the pawns. I just have to dodge out of the way in that instance. Maybe h3 would have been the best move. Haha. Okay. Good. Right now, Black's castling prospects are looking ropey. Okay, so played h3 now, just to stop ideas of this. Huh. Interesting move, eh? Very interesting. Great opening, I love this. Okay, I'm thinking about castling queenside now. And then using my pawns up there. This pawn's pinned on the rook. There's nothing with that. Maybe h4. Might push his pawn again in that case, mightn't he? Okay, I'm going to castle. He's trapped my bishop. He's trapped my bishop. Haha. Okay, what's the most damage we can do? I'm going to take this pawn out. Okay, now I want to get rid of that knight because I've still got a checkmate threat kind of here. So this pawn is protected. If I push there, he can't go there, there, there. He's going to have to retreat a bit. Oh, he can go here actually. If the pawn's moved. This is pretty good play. Okay. My knight have options. Do I just snap push pawns? Do at least have one advantage, which is I've got more pawns on that side of the board. No. Knight round here. G4. Look at my other rook behind this. Have to be wary of that bishop. Okay. Right. Okay. What are you doing? Okay, so that bishop, I'm going to have to trade bishops. And that was my good attacker as well. But now I can push my pawns up, you see. You can't capture the pawn, it's now defended 3 times. Now I'm going to play h4. Queen's got to defend this knight. There, just keep pushing up with these pawns. Interesting. Okay, I can now play that anyway, can't I? Can I? If I push, he can capture the pawn with his and attack my queen. Okay, so if I go there, he takes, I take. He's playing too well, this guy. Okay, but I've got to focus on this side of the board where it's all opened up. He could trade rooks, but that would be a bit dangerous. If he captures with his rook, yeah, he's got issues now. So I've got this maybe. If knight takes, I capture the rook with check. I'm 2 pawns down. Or can I encourage the knight to move? So now if the knight moves, you see, I can capture the rook, yeah? So I do this and the knight moves anywhere, I can capture the rook. The rook can't go here and defend, so let's try that. And then maybe ideas of doubling up on the g-file. I've got 2 attackers now on this guy, and I'm also attacking this rook here. also the threat of the rook to here. So what's it going to do? How's it going to get out of this? Can't defend the knight again. This bishop's stuck outside of the pawn chain. Can't come back. So he's regretting this move, I think. Queen's one defender. He could put his king there. But then I take the knight, captures, and I get the rook anyway. He's having a good think anyway. Which is a good sign. Means he's not just typing it into an engine. Always nice to see. It was a decent move. So I had a chess lesson this morning with my coach, and we went over a game which is kind of similar to this, where my opponent, he was higher rated, like 1650, and we had a scenario where, okay, so now this wins the rook, right? So if I take, he's got to take with a queen, then I get the rook. And his queen's on here, and my queen's on here. Or do we double rooks? Because the problem's still there. Now his knight's actually pinned, right? So the knight's pinned while my queen is on this file. So if I double rooks now, I'm threatening this, forcing the king away. Then the other rook can come in. Let's try that. A bit low on time. But, you know, 11, nearly 12 minutes left, and we're in the middle game, so this is okay. So yeah, back to the game that we analysed. So basically, I messed around in the middle game, where I was basically 2 pawns down, but there were open lines towards my opponent's king, and okay. So I can't win the knight now. Maybe I should have just gone for that. Maybe up here, that's a bit slow. Yeah, so what I needed to do in that particular instance was to attack quickly, right, using the open files. And I didn't. I kind of messed around, just trying to improve my position, this, that, and the other. I think he can actually just take that pawn now, can he? And then I've got this. Takes the pawn, I've got this, forcing the king onto the back rank. Okay, so the king's going to go like here. So he takes pawn, check there. So if he goes here, the knight's no longer pinned. This guy's playing this well. How come he's only 1,000 rated? Whoa! That's a novelty. Okay. Just thinking what my knight can do. There. I'm going to push on. Rook can't take now because I've got rook there. Wins the rook-queen exchange. Now I can press on again. Again, rook can't take. I'm threatening this. Rook takes, wins the queen. He can't take there because that wins the queen. Check. Check. King has to move. King has to go onto the back rank. I get the queen. Alright. It's now growling in the background and getting everything from the zoo today. Alright, so now I've got 10 minutes up and let's review. We have a knight each. And I have a queen for a rook and a bishop. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 pawns to 6 pawns. Okay. So my worst piece is this knight. I'd also like to protect this pawn. How can I protect the pawn? I can't go here or here. So maybe queen here. But I also want to protect this pawn from the bishop. So I've got 2 pawns under attack now. Knight here, and if he takes the pawn, I've got a fork. Have I? No, I haven't. Knight here. There are 2 squares where I defend both pawns, and I can't get my queen to either of them. So I do have this material advantage. I've got a better pawn structure. My opponent's king is in the open. I think I want to protect this pawn more than I want to protect the other one. So I'm now considering queen to here. Let's do that. Get my pawns onto light squares, get my king maybe into safety there. I have maybe a pawn break if he doesn't capture it now. He's captured it. Okay. Have to do something with my knight. Currently it's constrained by pawns. Knight there, knight there. Knight there. It's got to come round. It's got to do something. He's got this, I take. Okay, he's got that. Okay. Now rook can't take. King has to defend this guy. Ha! That's decent. Okay, what's undefended? Any targets over there? Not really. So now he's got to move his bishop. Playing a good game, this guy. Got this, maybe try and trade off bishops, or bishop for knight. But he's going to move out of the way, he's going to move to like here, something. Oh no, then I've got queen there. If he moves the bishop, I've got queen here, with check. And that actually wins the knight, unless he moves his bishop there. Bishop there, queen there, check. King has to move onto the back rank, not there, can't go there, he's got to move there or there, but then I win the rook. Okay, that's a threat. Didn't see that, but... Oh! Throwing a check of your own, dear. Okay, that's only temporary. But it does... Now there's a threat. If rook takes this, he's maybe got rook h1 mate. So I'm going to move the... Oh no, I'm going to move here. Am I? If I move there, he takes the pawn. Knight here prevents the rook coming down. Okay, yeah, king b1. I should be moving my king towards the centre. Alright, very interesting. I'm just going to play that. Queen's defending that square. How do I improve this knight though? Knight's defending that square as well, which is important. Okay, now the bishop has left the attack. Okay, so where does my knight want to be? There. How can it get there? 1, 2, 3. But it can't go there because the bishop captures. So, I need to defend that square with the idea of knight, knight, knight with a potential fork, three-way fork. Okay, that, where does my knight wants to go there? So I'm going to put it here. Oh, almost. Oh. And that's winning. 10 minutes on his clock and he's blundered. He has blundered. Okay, I'm now a full rook worth of material up. I want to block off the dark squares, so I want to keep that there. Perfect. Okay, this bishop's now getting worse, you see, because he's just blocked off all these pawns. Alright, now I need to improve the knight. I need to get my queen behind his position. Okay, looks good. Knight can't go there or there, it gets taken. Or there, it gets taken. Let's see if we can finish this job off without blundering my queen. I keep my queen on the board, doing alright. My queen is on an opposite colour to his knight, so he can't move and attack my queen. That's important. So I have a potential check here. It's not much of a threat. Okay, I'd like to attack that pawn twice if I can. Okay, so knight here. Yep, still safe from the knight and from the bishop. As long as his knight's on a dark square, my queen is perfectly safe on light squares. So my threat is this with check, and then knight takes pawn or even queen takes pawn. Okay, so now that. And how does he defend the pawn? Only the king can defend it. Huh. So knight takes. Thought he had me for a minute there, you know. Okay, that's actually a discovered check by the queen, and there, so he can't capture the knight. Good. Okay, we're cooking on gas. Let's attack the bishop for good measure. Got 5 minutes left. Alrighty. Stay on the light squares, now attack the knight. There. Okay. Let's bring my king in. Okay, this creates the possibility of a discovered check, but what am I going to do with a knight? I can only attack things that are on light squares now, and there ain't nothing on light squares. Nothing, mate. So let's think about improving the knight. That's check. King has to move, and then the knight can come here. Right, attacking 2 pieces. That's a fork. And he got to take. The noises coming out of those dogs are fantastic. Okay. And that's check. He can't go here because it's mate on the next turn. Alright, so check here. Grab a pawn. Why not? Free stuff. Everyone likes free stuff. Let's grab a free pawn. Let's throw in a check. He's only got... Okay. You will you? Right, let's just go here and shepherd the pawn up. I could even trade my queen for this bishop at any point now and win. Send 2 pawns up. Bishop's pinned itself there. So that and win. Good game. Very good game. Very satisfying. Okay, so there you go. Nice little win in the Vienna, but very nearly wasn't. So there you go. Thank you for watching. See you later.